Hey yo, it's artificial.
It's artificial?
Hey yo, it's time for the show.
Time for the what?
Hey yo, it's artificial. Hey yo,
It's time for the show.
check the credentials, just the initials, hit like a missile.
To spark the mental, the illest audio, hottest visuals.
We elevate the culture with facts while bridging the gaps. Off the rip though, it's artificial. What's up, folks? It's your boy Zachariah, Papps, the creamy villain.
Yo, it's Augie, man. I don't have a great tag like that, but I can call myself the bold killer.
The bold killer. Okay, we'll roll with that, man. Well, welcome to ArtOfficial Show. This is kind of a special episode because we actually went outside of the studio and we went to SneakerCon 2019 in Anaheim, California at the Convention Center. So, man, tell me what you think about what we experienced out there.
Dude, it was crazy, man. I mean, it was like, man, there were so many people, man. It's crazy just to see how the sneaker culture has elevated and has evolved. You know, when I was younger, you know, I used to have, I was telling you the story about having the Jordan 8s and, you know, having all these things that we didn't think about at the time to like hold on to and wrap up and do all those things. But it's just crazy to see. You see young entrepreneurs out there like, you know, 15-year-old kids out there. And even, you know, we've met a father that was like supporting his kid and, you know, just the journey. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think what we saw was people that fell in love with sneakers. They took it from copping to flipping to building businesses. And we met with some actual global brands and people that have multiple locations for brick and mortar stores. I mean, you could just sell or see from this whole experience that like sneaker culture is bigger than ever. It's at an all-time high and it's still growing. It's not done yet, right?
Yeah. I mean, I always felt like sneaker was like the, you know, the unheard or like underground secret or whatever. It was the way that people expressed themselves without having to be too, you know, boisterous in
like
your
on
face.
Front Street or whatever. Like the shoes spoke for them, like in their style and their flavor.
Exactly.
But
You know
that's
what I mean?
changed, right? You think it's...
I think it's changing. I think it's becoming more commonplace, but it's always cool to see, you know, people express their art through their shoes or through their clothing and stuff. And so, you know, I want to run through some of the people that we met up there, man. It was pretty crazy.
And one of the co-owners, Sam, we did an interview with him right in front of the Supreme Motorcycles, the Honda collaboration. That was dope.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, to think, I mean, there's only a few different collaborations. I know Fender, the guitar, they've done a collaboration with Supreme, and then now Honda, them doing a collaboration with Supreme. And he said that he had, I mean, 5 out of how many?
80, I think, that were made, and they were $6,000 new, but they were valued at $40,000 each.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We're seeing like real-time stock, you know what I mean? That's what I think of.
For sure.
Like, I'm just like, wow, like people are becoming businesses in a way that's just like, you know, unheard of. It's like, okay, let's take this and flip it, flip.
Yeah,
know?
you can go from low 3 figures to high 4 figures easily with a lot of kicks. I mean, it's obvious. Like, there's a flip game that can really, I mean, you can really grow the value like very easily. And I think people are seeing that. I mean, I think people are in it for different reasons, and obviously it's subjective, like why you're into it. For me, sneakers was always about doing something different. Like there were trends, and then there was like what I wanted to do or how I wanted to like be different, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I focused on sneakers. One of the people that we interviewed was actually WNBA champion and MVP,
Shoot.
Candace Parker. It was awesome to meet her in person. And she talked about being like, like sneak heat. She was like, there's people that are like all in that have to cop everything and it's their life. And then there's the people that just pull out the sneak heats. And that's kind of where I align myself with. I got some joints that I like that are, you know, what I prefer, and I pull them out when the time is right.
Totally. I mean, I feel like that's a great place to be in a sense that, I mean, being a sneakerhead is like, you really got to be like, you know, like a John Wexler or like, you know, like a Sean Wotherspoon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you really got to be doing this, you know what I mean?
We met one of those guys.
Yeah,
We interviewed Jock. He goes by Jock Kustoo.
Yes, sir.
He does interviews on, reviews on sneakers, and he's a big player. He was getting interviewed by ESPN as well while we were there. But I don't know. I mean, those guys are amazing because what they're doing is they're trying to not just help uplift the culture, but hold it up there, right? So I think that's dope. But
Totally. One of my favorite people that we met was Slobby Robby. You know what I mean?
oh my God.
I mean,
yeah, that was dope.
This dude was gold, iced out. I mean, his drip was crazy. I mean, it was just like, you know, meeting somebody that, you know, is really in tune with the street culture, but also just really in tune with the sneaker culture.
Just street culture. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a broader representative. Like
Yeah.
he's artificial. Like he's what we're trying to represent through the show. But I mean, he's just living the drip. Like, and the guy's energy is on blast. I mean, he's always on. So yeah, it was dope to interview him as well. I don't know, man. I mean, what's your overall feeling of the show? And like, it was just the energy was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is another thing. It's like we kind of interviewed like Blazendary. You know what I mean? Like this dude literally, you know, just put us on game on like kind of like the new school of shoes. You know, like back in, you know, I would say back in my day or whatever, 2010. You know, you had the Red Octobers that came out. You know what I mean? I mean, and they came out before that. It was 2008 or so or whatnot. But it's 2007, so it's one of those things.
We're getting cues.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, whatever. But when those
the
came,
2000s.
yeah, but when those came out, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of was like, yo, this is the first time we see like a rapper really taking the position. Yeah, we had like Birdman, and yeah, we had like, you know, Jay-Z, but these weren't like. Honestly, these weren't like
those were chunky Reebok like collabs.
Yeah, and it was very like into like the rap culture, you know what I mean? But rather, you know, Kanye taking a different approach from more of an artistic and like global standpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of set everything off. And one thing that I thought Blazendary, like he talked about, which I thought was so interesting, was the fact that, you know, right now Travis Scott is kind of taking over. You know what I mean? He's kind of, you know, doing his thing, and he's with Nike. You know what I mean? And so, you know, like we see, you know, even Kanye talking about, you know, the Nike bashing of him or whatever. You talked about the Kyries, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the sixes, you can get them in like the Red October look completely. You could build them out. Like you do a custom for 160 and it's like a Red October is what I call it.
yeah. And I'm wondering if, you know, like I love that Travis Scott is changing the game and he's doing his thing, but is it possible that Nike could, you know, box him in as well? You know what I mean?
I mean, they're having a lot of success with him. And I mean, we asked everybody. I mean, Blazendary was putting us up on the modern game, but we asked everyone who they thought had the most impact this year in the sneaker culture, and everyone said Travis Scott. Everybody said it that we spoke to. So, I mean, that's pretty big. And like we've mentioned it before on the show, there's two rappers that are killing the sneaker game.
Yeah.
Like fully like leaders of the pack as far as design, silhouettes, like limited releases. I mean, the crazy thing was though, we kind of were out there trying to find our grail or our grail for the year or whatever.
Yep.
What were you looking for?
I was looking for the ones. I was looking for the off-white ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you find them or were there specific ones? You wanted the universities, right?
Yeah.
Like the Carolina colors.
Yep. The
I
classics.
saw them. I mean, I saw people wearing them too, but for me, I thought we would see everything. I mean, we saw all the Travis Scotts there, but I was hoping to see the Dior Jordan ones.
Yeah.
Like, they're all over the internet right now. They're in people's possessions, but I was shocked. We were in SneakerCon LA, and I didn't see them anywhere, man. I didn't see anyone showing them, displaying them, nothing. But
Yeah.
all good. They're coming. I'm not going to spend the money on them, but it's all good. I just wanted to see if we could catch them in the wild.
Totally. I got locked into it, man. I had some footage of me jumping up and down. I did see the Jordans I was looking for, and
that's right.
those are the ones I was screaming for. I was like, yo, I want those.
That
And
was
it
with
was
the cool kids, right?
No, the Cool Kicks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Is that who
yeah.
it is?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
they
So-
have a store, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Melrose. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to everybody that we interviewed. You know what I mean? It was such a great time there. And yeah, man, like we definitely want you guys to check it out. Let's cut to the video.
Yeah, let's see how artificial these folks really are, man. The culture is popping.
Let's go.
What's good, people? It's your boy Z,
Yo, it's Augie. What's up?
and this is the ArtOfficial Show. We're live at SneakerCon 2019.
We about to see some crazy kicks today.
So we're at the Anaheim Convention Center, and what's special about this year is that there's even more vendors. There's double the amount of shoes.
Double!
And everything is legit.
Let's get it.
What's good? It's your boy Z,
What up? It's Augie. Augie.
And it's Johnny Bubbles from Rejuvenator.
Let's go.
Yep, that's right. ArtOfficial Show live, and we're inside at SneakerCon right now, 2019, and Johnny Bubbles is going to tell us about their product and what makes it superior to everyone else's out there.
Yeah.
So tell us about your product.
For sure, bro. So first off, let me go ahead and say thank you guys for even stopping by the booth. That's awesome. Like, I just hope you guys succeed in this thing. Like, the little that I've learned about you guys, I hope you guys just keep pushing it. But as far as the brand, we sell premium shoe care products. That's everything from protecting your sneakers, cleaning your sneakers, everything. From, like I said, sole shields to keep the bottom of your shoe looking dead stock, to a laundry system that's patented that allows you to put your shoes in the washer, get a nice good clean, and it looks brand new.
No, what got you into this? But like,
So
opened it up.
Funny thing is, so I'm not the owner. So the owner's actually back in Phoenix where we're located. But I started off as a customer maybe like 6 years ago, right? Ended up building a relationship with them because they're local, so I like to shop local. Built a relationship. They needed help. I left my career and joined it. So I've been with Rejuvenator for about 4 years now. And yeah, I went from making products and now I run the customer service and I do YouTube. Do all the socials. Yeah, I do a lot of the YouTube videos and Instagram stuff. So check us out on YouTube. We got about 1 million plus subscribers right now and we're growing. So definitely check us out.
I found out about you guys from Instagram.
Okay.
I ordered the kit, came with the dual-sided brush, and the cleaning product. It's the best thing I've used. Like, I can remember walking down a strip mall and there was a kiosk and a guy was selling cleaner. And he's like, hey man, I'm like, I'm good. He's like, what you got, Rejuvenator? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I use it too. This is a guy selling his own product and he knew it didn't compare.
Hey, that's awesome to hear. Like, we have nothing but love for everyone out there that's trying to do this, right? Whether that's another cleaner or whatever the case may be, there's no hate. There's plenty of money out there to be made for everyone. So we have mad love for everybody, but it's also exciting to hear when someone else is like, yeah, you're using that Rejuvenator. So we appreciate that, guys. Thanks.
So why they call you Johnny Bubbles?
It's a long story
Is it
short.
your bubbly personality?
Yeah, so long story short, it was Johnny Bottles because I got a little hungover at a SneakerCon one time. Switched it up. I started doing cleaning videos. Johnny Bubbles turned into
foaming bubbles of Rejuvenator.
Exactly. Yeah, because our solution is the best, right? It doesn't only clean, but it conditions. And it soaps up really good. Johnny Bubbles.
Yeah, thanks so much,
yeah,
Johnny.
Of course.
Man.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Honestly,
thank you.
You guys have a good one, right? Thank you. Peace.
We got Sam in the building. Let's go. Okay. Good, man. Nice to meet you, man. So, how'd you get started with, just starting to build your own brand? Like, how did that start?
Honestly, we just started by reselling a little bit. You know, we had a passion. My business partner was reselling back in China. Myself, I was doing it out here in the U.S. I'd go, I realized when I'm camping out a Foot Locker, like, yo, I could get 2 pairs, I could get 3 pairs. And then I started realizing I could flip those to get my pair for free.
Oh, wow.
So I was totally excited about it and then just kept, making it more and more. And as I built a better reputation, a bigger reputation, I started realizing that I can open up a store.
Yeah.
So we got our stores out in LA, we got one in Irvine, we got a New York store out in Soho that just opened up. We have a store out in Beijing, and we're opening up, I believe, 4 more, I want to say, in China next year.
Oh, wow.
So our brand is expanding, we're becoming global as a marketplace, becoming a global marketplace.
Wow. So you were a sneaker flipper that turned it into a global brand and business.
Yeah.
What's your specialty today?
Our specialty today, I would say, is just Jordans, our sneakers. It's our brand. It's basically being able to make sure that we make it easy for consigners, like resellers, to come in, and also buyers to have a safe environment, authentic environment, that all products are authentic, it's safe, you don't have to worry about meeting someone up somewhere, getting robbed, having bad things, having fake money. So like we just make this environment where it's cohesive for the reseller, the buyer to meet together and get the products. Exactly. At the end of the day, a seller wants to sell and a buyer wants to buy.
Wow. So we're out here looking for the holy grail of shoes. What's your holy grail of shoes?
My holy grail of shoes is probably always going to be a DB4. The Superman logo right on the tongue. Like, I can't change, go back on that. That's always been like, I was a kid, I was always like Superman. That's like one of my favorite. They never made a Batman one, so I had to go with Superman. Yeah. So I did that, and then we messed with Supreme, as you guys can see behind me. We got the Supreme bikes. I mean, that's
what's the significance of that? I mean, are these for your brand just to kind of show, or are these for sale?
These are actually for sale. These came out this year. Supreme did a collaboration with Honda. Made the dirt bikes. Rumor is there's about 80 of them actually made in the whole world. We have, I think, about 5 of them out of the 80. So we got that, and you know, they're here for show and they're also for sale. So if anybody wants to buy one and ride it on out, let me know and we'll get it going.
Retail for?
Retails for about 11, but we're reselling it for about 40.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they were retail about 11,000, and we have it at about 40,000 right now.
Wow.
So basically, Sam is living proof that you can go from flipping shoes to becoming a completely legitimate business.
Yeah.
And he's going to let us sit on the Supreme bikes next, right, Sam?
Maybe not.
Let's go.
I'll let you guys know about that.
Awesome.
So I appreciate
Cool.
everything. Check us out on Instagram on our Soul State account.
What's up, Big T?
Yo, it's Augie.
My name is Blazendary.
Let's go.
So we're here live at SneakerCon 2019. We got Blazendary in the building, and we just wanted to stop by to say what's up and ask him about his mags. He's wearing them to the show today. Like, when did you first get interested in those, fall in love with those? Was it the movies or was it after the fact?
It was definitely the movie. I was watching the movie when I was like maybe like 10, 11. I was kind of young. And I looked at the price on Flight Club in 2012 after the release in 2011. And the price was like 12 grand.
Yeah.
It was like crazy. And so I had a goal. My goal was to try and get them one day. And so after reselling really hard for 5 years, I put in 5 years of work with the reselling. I got them for $3,500 back in 2016.
Okay.
So
You found a bargain.
it was a really,
after
really
grinding
good deal.
to get there.
It was a really, really good deal. And then, of course, the value went up after the fact that the new ones came out.
Okay.
Because the new ones only added to the value.
Yep.
Because you can only get 80 of the new
Yep.
ones. Well, if you want a pair of bags,
So
now
this
you got to
is
go to the old ones.
The first release.
And they're holding up. They've been holding up all right. The lights are broken.
Are you a big fan of Tinker Hatfield and what he's done for shoe?
Definitely, I would say Tinker Hatfield has like pioneered sneakers for pretty much everyone in this building, because we wouldn't be here without him and Mike doing their thing.
Shout out to Tinker.
But like I don't like obsess over it. You know, it's just something that's cool.
Who do you think is changing the game right now?
Travis Scott.
Absolutely, right?
So
That's everyone's answer.
Everybody's saying like Kanye was the wave back in 2009, 2013 era,
Yeah.
like all that whole time. But Travis Scott really is the one making things happen.
I agree. I think Kanye affected the silhouettes, right? By and large, like changed the game. Do you think the Roshis kind of led to the Kanyes by any chance? They're kind of dead, right?
the Roshi
Those were popping, right, for a while.
They had a lot of colorways though. That was like the Nike free run.
I know but the shape and the style of them, that whole floating like street runner, like a jogger shoe. Like,
Oh, you're saying in terms of the 350?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, in comparison to 350, I think they're two different shoes.
You do? Okay.
Because the price points are two different.
They're totally different. Yeah, from a collector perspective, absolutely. But I'm thinking that from the silhouettes and the style of shoe, how it kind of like
I think
played out.
Kanye made the right choice going to Adidas because he has more control
Absolutely.
over his own brand and product.
Yeah.
But Travis Scott is really smart because Nike recognized that they missed out on Kanye.
Yeah.
And so they're going to do anything they can. Look, there's
Yeah.
Travis Scott 4s right there.
Yeah. Have you seen?
And it's like, you see it everywhere.
You seen the Kyrie 6s that kind of look like the Red Octobers? Like you can do them on.
Oh, well,
like the
that was
Nike
just
ID or
that was just a mock-up, I think.
No, you can do it. I went online for $160. You can do it in the Red October colorway.
Yeah.
With the front strap, with
I
the
think
ridge back.
Nike is just
trying to stick
play
it to
off.
them, right?
Nike is just trying to play off what they had, I guess, with Kyrie. I think it's okay. I'm not a big. I don't wear Kyrie.
Yeah.
I stopped after the LeBron 10 and the Kyrie or the KD 5.
Well, dope, man, too.
Yeah.
It's so great that you
Good to get you, man.
get an interview, man.
Appreciate it. Thank
See
you
you
very
soon,
much.
man. Thanks.
Have a great
Guys,
show.
for stopping by.
Yes, sir, man. Yo, so we're here at SneakerCon 2019. Man, yo, so what do you think makes a sneakerhead?
I mean, I think it's about having something different. It's about falling in love with a certain style of shoe, whether it was from sports or something that you couldn't have, and then obtaining it. I think it's a mentality around exclusivity. It's about a certain level of care and taking care of your sneakers, in a certain way. And yeah, I mean, for me, I've lived it through the years, right? It's been something. I lived through the OG phases of some of these sneakers that have been retros multiple times. So I would just say, like, for me, it was always about having something different, right? Like, something that I did early was put kicks on ice, like during the OG days, when they were new releases, hardcore retros. I would put things on ice just so I could break them back out and I could have something that nobody else had. You'd be like, where'd you get those? Well, those came out 3 years ago. Like, nobody has those because people would wear their shoes until they were done and then they'd throw them out, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I would always have that fresh set that none of my friends had or whoever I was mingling with didn't have. I didn't know anybody that was putting shoes on ice back then.
Yeah, I tend to correlate like shoes with like picking out vinyls. It's like going into crates, you know what I mean? But individualizing yourself. How do you individualize yourself in this day and age, like with kicks or artistry? I mean, like what is your thoughts
It's
on
tough,
that?
man. I think like the internet has changed everything, right? So there's a hype around this. This has turned into a huge business, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because we're seeing street culture elevated to the highest level. Global brands, right? We talked about it. People are flipping shoes and they're spending hundreds and they're making thousands. You know, anybody can make money off of this. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that's great. But I think the hype of the internet and that lust for material has made people try to keep up with the latest releases. And for me, as an individual, to do something completely different, I never worry about the latest release. I'm always focused on whatever I like, and if I like it, I wear it, and that's it.
Yo, I'm Augie. This is Z.
What up, Z?
Yep, we're with Candace. So, how's your day going?
My day's great. Yeah, early morning basketball game. My daughter had 2 games this morning and then came here, did a nice event. I'm very excited to be here at SneakerCon.
Awesome. So, what do you think makes a sneakerhead?
You know, I think there's different breeds of sneakerheads. There's those that have like the sneak heat, that's what I say, where like they have heat, but they're not like, I'm a sneakerhead. But then there's flat out, I'm just a sneakerhead. I want everybody to know.
Yeah.
And I'm more like the sneak heat, you know? Like I'm low key, but I come out with something.
Same way.
You know?
Same way.
Like I'm not gonna be flashy with it, but you're gonna be like, oh, like.
So what's the flyest pair of shoes you got?
Oh man.
That's personal though, right?
It is personal. I think for me, I was always a big T-Mac fan.
T-Mac.
So I still have my original like red T-Macs from back in the day when nobody had red T-Macs, when they first let those out, the OG T-Macs. I would say obviously the pro models got re-released. So these are like memories. I was saying it's like a song, you know, you remember where you were when you heard that song. It's like sneakers. That's how it makes you feel. And then I would say I like the Kobe ones. Those are my first shoes. Like the ones, like the Adidas. No, but I'm saying the Adidas Kobe boots, like the moon boots. So those are my AAU team's first shoes, and so I have like
those are a love or hate, I think.
Yeah, it's like a love or hate, but I mean now, no. I just wear them around.
You walk on the moon with them, though.
Yeah, you walk on the. Yeah, you're trying to walk on the moon. And I have like the gold ones. I have the Vino pack. I have everything.
I like those actually. I think those are cool. But for me, I wouldn't wear them. Those are like more visually. I like them. I like the way they look.
Well, I mean, thank you so much for allowing us to have this great interview, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
What's good at your boy Z?
Yo, it's Augie. Yo,
I'm John. I feel like I gotta get a cool intro. I'm John.
Yo. Okay. So, dude. So, what is the holy grail of shoes for you?
The holy grail of shoes for me would probably be like a Michael Jordan worn pair of Air Jordan 11.
That's legit right there.
I know I don't wear his size, but like that's just something that I would want to have. It's like a pair of 11s, which is one of my favorite Jordans. Like one that he actually wore in a game, just like in a little, in like a real trophy case kind of thing.
Totally. I'm a big fan of Sneakerhead.
Yes.
And so, how instrumental do you think that is for today's culture? I mean, we see the Travis Parker, the Travis Scotts, we see all different types of, collaborations. That was like one of the first collaborations from, just more of, cool perspective that people can wear everywhere. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think Tinker obviously has a huge impact on the way that sneakers are designed today. Tinker is the designer that all the designers of today look up to. So, like all the basketball players are like Jordan, Magic, like Tinker. Like Tinker's that guy for designers. So you see the influences, like the way he drew lines, the way that he draws inspiration from things around him, like whether it's a museum or it's a pattern at a furniture store or a lawnmower, like all that stuff that Tinker pulled from. You see designers that design sneakers today looking at those things and trying to put their designs together using that same design philosophy and that same thought process, and really looking through the eyes of the athlete as opposed to just designing a sneaker that they think gonna work, using the athlete's perspective as a way to really inform their designs.
Wow. I mean, those silhouettes were amazing. Some of the best shoes we've ever seen that have sparked so much more design from that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In your mind, like, what is a sneakerhead? How do you break that down?
I mean, I think that's a tough thing to answer.
It's subjective, right?
Yeah, it's really subjective. I mean, I think a sneakerhead is anyone that has an appreciation for sneakers. Whether you have 10,000 pairs or you have 2 from Kmart, if you have an appreciation for sneakers, I think that makes you a sneakerhead. There is no criteria like, oh, you need to have this sneaker or you need to have that sneaker to make you a sneakerhead. Yes, there's cool sneakers that it would be nice for you to have in your collection, but I don't think anything determines you're a sneakerhead outside of your love for sneakers.
How do you think sneaker culture is evolving now that we see young kids out here selling sneakers? I mean, back in the day, it wasn't like that.
Right.
So you're seeing entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so what do you think about that, like the evolution of that? Do you think that is
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. Like you have this whole generation of kids that are one in love with sneakers, and two, they're learning these entrepreneurial skills that are going to put them in a different position than we were in, like when we got our first job. So they're going to look at jobs in a totally different way and come with a different spirit, and this could lead to them creating their own businesses, to them rearranging the way business is done. Like it's amazing. Like they have a love for sneakers and sneaker culture, but now they're going to be able to frame things in their mind and socially work in a way that totally changes the way businesses work in the future.
I agree. We just lived it. My 12-year-old son just negotiated and bought a pair of Yeezys from a 15-year-old son. His father was there as well. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
they're more industrious. They're more about building businesses. And the whole day we've talked to nothing but people that started as sneaker lovers, that started flipping kicks, that turned it into global brands and multiple stores. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it's about, man. Sneakers. There's a Foot Locker has that hashtag because sneakers, and I think that really kind of overruling. I was gonna say it really kind of covers what you see happening here at SneakerCon and what you see happening online. You're seeing how sneakers grow in the culture. Sneakers have become a starting point for businesses of all kinds, whether you're an Instagram influencer, whether you're selling sneakers here at the show, or if you're doing custom work, like somebody like Shoe Surgeon, you're doing custom work, or maybe you're Big Al, where you're taking these high-level luxury items and chopping them up and making them fit to the sneaker world and the things that the sneaker world are into. Or if you're a digital designer and you're the guy designing sneakers that are going inside of NBA 2K, like that spirit of sneakers is living through a lot of the things that we see in the world today, which is totally changing the way people perceive sneakers and allowing the pop culture aspect of sneakers to grow. It's no longer just a niche thing of strange guys that are in the internet or strange guys that hang out in
It's not just street culture.
Yeah,
it's now pop culture. It's across multiple media, right? It's not just in sneaker form, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So where can we find you? Like, can you give us your Twitter, what's your Instagram handle and all that stuff?
If they want to find me, it's Kustoo, Kustoo. That's on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of those places. Yeah, but more importantly, just learn about sneakers. Like, you don't even have to follow me. Just learn about sneakers. If you love sneakers, learn about sneakers. Don't worry about me. Like, I'm the last guy you need to worry about.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for the interview, my God. Thank you. Really
Absolutely. My man. Thank you. For sure, man.
What's up? Here, yo, this is crazy,
We
dude.
finally arrived, ArtOfficial Show, and we're here with none other than Slobby Robby, the man himself, the MCM Kingpin.
So where you coming from right now? Like, what were you up to?
Oh, bro, I went to Palm Springs.
Okay.
Was out by the pool. I took a hot tub.
Okay.
The lady in the lobby said they had an adult hot tub. Yeah, we utilized that. I don't have... I got, smoking and drinking friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, so then yesterday all day I was hanging out in LA, downtown LA, shopping. And here I am.
Of course you were shopping.
And now here I am.
So what is the holy grail of shoes that you're looking for? What is like the holy, or not even just
You
shoes,
have it
but
already,
clothes,
or is it something
You know what
like...
I want is duck camo Air Max 90s.
Okay.
I like that. I've always
like
wanted
those.
it's just one of those shoes kind of hard to find in my size for whatever reason. A lot of Air Max 90s that I'm looking for. Gosh, the holy grail. What I really want it's some like old nasty 90s bootleg Air Force One of white mirror common. Like pre-Kanye, pre-everything, white mirror common, like Air Force Ones from China. Like,
Do you think they're here?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
If they're anywhere, they're in LA.
Well, if anyone can find them, it would be Slobby anyway.
I got a nose for it.
Man's connected.
I got a nose for it.
You're that guy. Tell us about your whole setup, man. What you coming in all gold? What's up?
This is drip right here.
You dripped out.
Heavy drip. I'll tell you what the biggest problem is going to the restroom. Because you have to like, and then the rings, so you have to like hold your pants out.
Sensitive area.
Yeah. So people always looking at me in the stall like I'm doing some kind of demonstration, but I'm just trying to like live.
I hear you.
Man, I'm so glad that we got to meet you here, man. Definitely, my guy.
Yes.
Definitely.
Nice to meet y'all. Thank you very much.
Love.
Yeah.
What up, man? It's your boy Z with ArtOfficial.
Let's go. It's Augie.
And we're here with Marvin.
What's up, guys? I'm Joe 23 today.
Yo, so how did you get started, man? Everybody, this is like the most anticipated SneakerCon since, I don't know when, but, everybody's looking to know what your thoughts on the shoes are. What are your thoughts, man?
What's the hottest shoe this year? What's everyone going after?
Yeah, so, Travis Scott's really killing it, man.
He's impressed.
The sixes, the highs, the ones, the lows. It's really crazy. And he didn't even put an album out this year, so it's like, he's going hard in it.
I agree. 100%.
Do you feel like rap and street culture is really like bigged up like the shoe game? It's always been there, but now it's like a little bit more like the youngsters are picking up on like new shoes and things like that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, people haven't seen Michael Jordan play. I'm old school, so I've seen him on court. But I think the collab game is just definitely something that resonates with little kids, and it's just something that is going to be, hot in the streets.
What do you think Kanye and Travis together have the biggest influence on sneaker culture this year?
I would say, yeah, for sure. Those guys are really killing it, especially with their sneaker collab.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're on the hunt for the craziest and the holy grail of shoes. What's your holy grail of shoes?
Oh, man. They came last year. It was the Concord 11.
Okay.
It was actually my first time.
Fresh,
Yeah, it was actually my first time getting sent a shoe from the brand.
Oh, that's dope. That's what's up. Okay.
And then, I'll save the supplies for another time, but maybe something might happen this year.
Good for you, bro. Okay. Might have a collab in the works.
Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Can we get a couple of still hits? What's up? It's your boy Z.
It's your boy Augie, man. We here at the ArtOfficial Show. This is SneakerCon. Let's go.
2019. We're in the building. We're on a quest today to actually find our grails for the show or for the year. I don't know about you, man. What are you looking for today?
So I'm looking for the all-white ones.
Okay.
Jordan. For me, I've always been a Jordan fan. The universities.
Carolina colors.
Exactly.
Those are beautiful.
For me, it's always been like following people like Jordan that have paved the way, pioneered the game. You know what I mean? I think his style with Tinker Hatfield was like epic. You know what I mean? When they came out with the threes, that was something that just changed the whole game.
Yeah, those are goats too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite of all time. So
What about you? What are you looking for?
Just today for this show specifically, I was hoping to see the new Dior Jordan collab. That thing looks sick. It looks clean. It looks luxurious. I don't think I would own it because I wouldn't wear it because it's that clean. I wouldn't want to get it dirty, but I haven't seen it yet. I've seen everything out there that's pretty much hot or that's being released or close to being released. And my goal right now is just to see if I can find those Diors and see if somebody has them early.
What is the freshest thing you've seen here at SneakerCon? Hands down.
Freshest thing, man. I probably take those Supreme dirt bikes, bro.
Oh man, you took
just ride a wheelie on them, just stun out on them.
Yeah. Man, I think the freshness here is crazy, man. I've seen people with all different types of shoes, from Jordans to Yeezys to OVO collection shoes.
Crazy flavor.
Yeah, man, I love it. It's international, man. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because there's so many people here that started out as sneakerheads, transitioned from flipping to being global brand and business owners. Everyone we've talked to has at least 2 stores. They have really built this from the ground up, from falling in love with a sneaker, going after the sneaker that they want, starting to buy them, starting to flip them, to now have brick and mortar stores and brands that are globally recognized. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. It's artificial.
It's artificial.
Hey yo, it's time for the show.
Time for the what?